Hi everyone. It's been a really long time since we've talked about finding normalcy or finding a sense of feeling normal or whatever we deem as normal in this time that we've been at home. So I've been brewing on an idea. It kind of happened organically this week. I've noticed that I've been having a lot of conversations and getting involved in a lot of things around the house, chores, activities, whatever it is, that stirred up feelings of nostalgia. I don't know if you've heard that word before. I know what it is, but I found it hard to describe. So I Googled it, and the internet says it is a sentimental longing for wistful affection for the past, typically a time or a place with personal, happy associations. So if you want to rejudge that, it's looking back to a time or a place where you remember being happy and you thinking about feeling happy. So I've been doing a lot of that, I think, and I didn't realize, and people around me have been doing it too, and we've all kind of connected at some point, talking on the phone or whatever, and realized that that's what we're that's what we're using to create some happy memories when we're happy to do what we're doing and interacting with everyone, but sometimes it's good to take a trip down memory lane because it triggers those happy memories and it puts us in a good place for a little while. And there's a lot of ways that people are doing that, and so thought I'd suggest some to you so you could take your own little trip down memory lane and maybe be inspired to do something like that. So what are some things that have been happening? Facebook and Snapchat memories are strong. They've been coming for me lately, showing me places I've been and things I've been doing the last couple of years. So I've been living vicariously through those. Even if I don't post them every day, I share them with the person that I had that memory with. Look, we were going here, look, we were eating that. Just kind of to reminisce and have a happy moment in the morning when I see that. Going through old pics, I haven't done that too much, but a photo album has popped up once or twice this week. So if you have photos laying around that you haven't dug through in a long time, see if you can find some, even if it's not that old. I don't know how many actual hard copies of photos you have. I have a lot up until a certain point, and then the smartphone showed up, and the amount of hard copies of pictures I have has drastically decreased. So you can find more of my memories now, or at least for me, I don't know about you, on my phone, on the different, social media apps and whatnot. It's got me thinking I want to print photos and make an album because it's been a very long time since I've done that. So that might be an idea that comes to you. And this idea came from my sister. Shout out to her if she's watching. She's like, those times where you go to clean your room and then you get totally distracted with, I don't know if you're like me or like a lot of people, we save things from our past. And then you go to clean and you get sidetracked by the things you kept from grade school, or all kinds of little trinkets and old cards and whatever it is that you always wanted to hang on to. So maybe even in an attempt to clean, you might end up taking a trip down memory lane and enjoying some of that, if that is something that would bring you joy. Old music. Listen, I got so inspired a few days ago. I made a new playlist on my phone, and it's literally called Old School. Old School with a K, because that's what we did back then. They did the One World concert a couple weeks ago, and well, let me just say, and then the Backstreet Boys got together and they sang "I Want It That Away" from their homes, and Miss Elsie cried because she was in her feelings about that. And that's the other thing, is that I was reading a little bit about nostalgia, and people were talking about, well, how come it feels so, like, you can feel it so intensely, or sometimes, it might make you cry. It might be such a strong and intense feeling from back in the day that it does make you cry, and it might not be a bad thing. It might be a bittersweet thing, or tears of joy. I fangirled a lot about the Backstreet Boys back in the day, so that brought me joy. And I found my CDs and I popped one into my car, so when I drive around to nowhere, I can listen to the Backstreet Boys. And now putting together an old, early 2000s music list or playlist so I can relive the glory days of junior high and high school. And on the same token, shows and movies. So y'all know I'm always repping the girls, So that's something that is my go-to, because I found that when I was in high school. I thought the show was like the most radical thing, even though it was super old. A bunch of women who are a lot older than me, living their best lives and not giving a care about what anybody thought about them. So I thought that was pretty cool and inspirational. And I realized that I've been watching a lot of Golden Girls and a lot of shows that I used to watch, particularly recently. And I also read that in times of stress or distress or whatever, sometimes we don't want to watch new things, even though this is like a great time to find new series. We just want to watch something where we know the ending, because it can bring us calm and relief. So if you're stuck on watching whatever your show is for the 5th time, that is okay. I will forever and always hit replay on the Golden Girls. They're my people, and it's a thing that we do. It's just like when they put together the. It's another thing they did on TV, was that Disney sing along. I did watch it when it went on Hulu the next day, and it brought me the most amount of joy to sing Disney tunes. And I think they knew what they were doing. They're trying to bring people back to a time where, you know, a lot of people have a happy memory watching at least one of the Disney shows or something like that. So the people knew what they were doing when they did that. And then another thing that really triggers intense memories is smells and tastes. So if you have a snack that you used to eat when you were younger, or something you used to make or do, you know, when you were, you know, back in the day, this might be the time. My sister's been baking up a storm, and I don't know if it's so much nostalgia, but, you know, it's exciting to see and taste and smell all the new things that are coming out of the kitchen, and it's making us think of things that we used to do and used to bake. So those are also good memories that come from smells and tastes. I don't know if you've ever been somewhere, you walked by something, you smelled something, and it took you back to somewhere or something. Smells have a very powerful effect and can do that, and I know that I've had that experience. So yeah. Oh, I went digging through my earring collection for y'all today, and these are earrings from when Miss Elsie was in high school. I used to get the biggest, the boldest, the colorfulest, the craziest ones, because we had to wear uniforms, and this was my only way to express myself, and they couldn't tell me what to do with my earrings. So Miss Elsie's like, here, take that. So that was my trip down memory lane. I even have jewelry that I've kept from when I was in high school. So anyways, I hope that gives you a few ideas, and that you consider doing something that takes you back to a time or a place that made you feel happy. This has been your Finding Normalcy video for the week. I hope that you are well and you take care of yourself, and that I get to talk to you soon. All right, take care.